Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. It's Wordy Girl here, and we are on the holiday day today. So, Merry Christmas, at least where I am. For some people, it may not be Christmas yet, and for some people, it probably already has been Christmas yesterday. But it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, very, very, very Merry Christmas to you. If the music is too loud or too low, please let me know. I did try to start the music in the background. I see Dream Cartographer is here. Merry someone Christmas, everyone. Yes, Merry someone Christmas, everyone. Awesome. Same to you as well. So, yeah. Sorry I'm a bit late today. I still wanted to stream. I do think that I'm probably going to have to cut it short a bit. I'll try to stay on for a little while. But I do have a busy day today, of course, where it is Christmas. And yeah, in the Eastern time zone, it's 7 a.m. right now, 7:14 a.m. So yeah, I'm just trying to get started and get streaming and then get started with a lot of stuff that I have to do today. And then, stuff, Christmas stuff. So yes, I thank you guys for stopping by and chatting and talking. I'm not about to end the stream right now. Of course, I just started. It is Wild Zoo Guy says, have a magnificent Christmas, everyone. The music is pretty quiet. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I will, how about that? Is that better? Let me know if that's better or not. Dream Cartographer says, Wild Zoo Guy, hi. Yes, I'm Wild Zoo Guy. Guess what? Dream Cartographer tagged you in my Discord server with a special gift, and it was very adorable. So you should stop by and check that out if you are there. So, handsome co-host, please, for those of you who are not in my server, if you would like to join the server, please click the link that handsome co-host has put in the chat. Also, there is a December Advent calendar fun thing that I've been doing every day for, the December holiday. And even though today's Christmas, tomorrow we're still going to keep going until New Year's. If you would like to join that role, please go to the announcements channel and click the little Christmas tree so that you can get the festive folks role, and you will be able to see different activities every day and different fun things we're sharing, chatting, showing pictures of decorations, stuff like that. If you would rather not, no problem, because I know some people don't use Discord too much, and Discord, I was quite new to Discord when I first started. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, now I'm a little more savvy with it, but still I'm not on there every day all the time. So it's totally understandable if you would rather not be pinged constantly, because that's another thing. Some servers I'm in, every time you turn around, they're adding everyone, and it's kind of annoying. But yeah, I don't mind personally, but there are some people who have just left servers because people have pinged everyone too much, and I try not to do that on my server, so that's why I have different roles for different fun things, just in case. If you want to be pinged, you can. If you don't want to be pinged, then I'll leave you alone. Dream Cartographer says, been good, family, and I went to Christmas brunch. Yum! Sounds so good. I remember a long time ago we went to something, breakfast with Santa or something, and it was like pancakes and stuff. We were such little kids, but that was fun to me. But I do know, with your family, you probably went to a nice, what kind of, did you do a homemade meals? Or did you go to a restaurant? Or what kind of food did you eat? Got a gaming laptop for Christmas! Oh, that is so exciting! Congratulations to you, Dream Cartographer. That is an awesome gift. Gaming laptops are not, cheap. They're not easy to come by either. So a gaming laptop for Christmas, it's really cool. Great job on that gift. Many thanks to the person who got you that. We went to a buffet at a nearby hotel. Yummy. Yes, I love buffets. You just pile all the food on the plate. Nice. So yeah, that sounds like your Christmas has already been quite wonderful, and I'm glad. yes, wish everyone to have the most awesome, wonderful, spectacular Christmas. And, you know, sending all the love and hugs to you guys, because sometimes holidays can be a little bit hard, but I still like to share the love and spread all the holiday cheer to you guys. So much love to everybody, and I'm so glad to hear when people are having an awesome time on Christmas. You really needed a new laptop. Your other one is 8 years old. Yes. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad you got a new one. It was from your dad. Oh, great. That was awesome. Nice. That's a great gift. So yeah, great to hear your Christmas has already been quite cool. We have not done much yet. So hopefully I can report my Christmas back tomorrow, because I am streaming tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. I plan to, at least. And yeah, it will be the same time, hopefully more on time than I was today. I was 15 minutes late today, but yeah, and then we can talk about more Christmas stuff, because Christmas will not be over. I'm going to keep this stuff up until the end of December. And you know, I also have, well, there will be new things where when you activate festive mode starting tomorrow, I can start putting up some New Year's decorations. So once Christmas is over, we will still have this festive stuff up. Of course, we're not just going to clean everything up, but there will be more things added and more New Year's things and stuff like that. So get ready for more fun. But you will still be able to redeem gifts for me to open, and you will still be able to hijack the stream, because, you know, that is still a super fun stream party that I'm trying to gift to you guys. So yeah, that is a great introduction and an awesome start. Your Christmas already has me smiling, Dream Cartographer, so thank you so much for sharing all the awesome things that are going on. As for me, I know you guys are probably wondering what happened to the intern for Christmas. So this thing is the thing I was working on last year, and I thought it was going to be ready today. I have some of it together, but I thought I had all the voices, and I realized I am missing just a couple of things, but it's fine. Hopefully, maybe today. I'm not gonna promise that, because it's Christmas and I have stuff to do, unfortunately. But hopefully, maybe tomorrow. And yeah, it's gonna be late. So what? We can watch it late. Christmas movie, audio thing, drama thing. Yeah, daylight. I don't think anybody will be very mad about it. It's still the Christmas season, holiday season. And if we're talking like we were talking about yesterday, how it usually even some cultures start with Christmas Day, do 12 days of Christmas in somewhere in January. So, I don't mind. If you want to wait until next Christmas to hear it, good on you, mate. But I hope that I can debut it before next Christmas. I don't care if it's late for this Christmas. I still want it to come out at least this year. Once it turns January, then I'm gonna be like, that's kind of weird. But hopefully it's before then. And push comes to shove, Christmas in July. I just don't want to wait a whole new year for this. It's horrible. But yeah. Besides that, we are also in World Ember, so we were working on the murder mystery for the Nellendale Mansion. So we can try to get some words down. Yesterday, I made it to 7,777 words, which was 77.77% of my goal. There it is. And I was glad about that. So I left it like that, and then I ended the stream. But today we're going to mess up that goal, and hopefully we will actually make it 100%, because it's easy. It's just like 2,330. No, is it? No, 2,300. Not 300. I cannot do math today. I see Colonel is here. Merry Christmas, Wordy Girl and chat. Merry Christmas to you, Colonel. Thank you so much for joining as well. Yes, hopefully I can make it with the intern for Christmas. Hopefully I can. So yeah, we're gonna see. I think it would really just be 2,333, maybe? I don't know. I cannot math. It's probably not that, but it is something, and we should be able to easily accomplish that. We did a lot of organization, which is great. And then I started working on spoilers, and I said last time the spoilers were just stuck on the screen, so I didn't like that. So I was showing the map pan this time to make sure that spoilers do not get stuck on the screen again. And but when I'm doing non-spoiler things, you guys can see what I'm typing. I don't mind. Yeah, 33,323. Might be 2,000 because it's already 777. So 3 would make that 10 already. Unless we're trying to make it into 11111, that would be great. Yes. 2,223. That's what, yep, that's what I was thinking. Probably so. I think that's good. Spoiling it for us, are you? Yes. And unfortunately, I was unintentionally spoiling it for you guys. And I want you guys to be able to play the murder mystery if you want to. If you don't want to, then that's fine. But I don't want to make it where you have to boycott my streams if you're going to want to play it. So that's why I'm showing the map pan to avoid spoilers. 90% done this side, says Colonel. Oh, that is awesome. Great job. And yeah, we still have 6 days left in World Ember, I think. Right? Yes, because World Ember does not end on Christmas. World Ember ends in January, on the 1st of January, New Year's, I believe. So I think we still have at least 6 or 7 days, because depending on time zones, I'm just gonna be safe and say 5 days, but I know it's probably 6 because it's the 25th and December is, you know, 31 days. So the 6 days will just be the 31st, and I think that it actually lasts until like New Year's Day, because I remember last year I stayed up for midnight and everybody was like, Happy New Year, and then I was still typing to finish World Ember after New Year's midnight, which was funny. And then they did the stream, and I got no sleep from the time they ended like the New Year's celebration, and then they streamed in like afternoon. I was still up trying to type World Ember, which was like not good. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. It doesn't seem like I have to either, because like I said, I've made a good amount of progress this time. A few articles done instead of many. Bigger articles done, says Colonel. Great job, because yeah, with me, I'm doing lots of little articles, but this Holiday Interns article has the most words of all of my articles that I've written, and it only has 1,000-something words. So yes, great job with that, Colonel. Detailed articles that are actually informative and world building are great. Like with these articles, I'm not trying to win anything but a badge of participation, because I do not think that half of these qualify for any kinds of special category or anything like that, because they're too short and they're not interesting enough. They're probably not formatted right yet. Plus, a lot of them that I'm doing are part of a bigger story that doesn't make sense to, you know, win an article for like kitchen. Like, what is this kitchen? What is this? Like, it's part of a bigger thing. So that's why, yeah, I'm not worried about the special categories. I am just focusing on, you know, the goal, because simultaneously the goal will help me to get the murder mystery done faster too. But yeah, I've seen some special category articles. Very interesting. I've had to do it, as just haven't had the time lately to do a pile of smaller ones too, says Colonel. A few or bigger ones where I can dip in and out of. Yeah. So yeah, that's good. So like if you see that you need some more words, you can just add more onto some of the ones that you have that are more expansive. But you can also just make some little ones. So yeah, the good thing about World Ember is it's unlike summer camp, where you have to do articles under a certain template, under a certain prompt. You know, World Ember is free. And sometimes they, you know, have prompts for you. But a lot of the times you can choose what you do and what you don't do. You can choose to work on the part of your world you want to expand, and you can choose to leave the part of your world alone that you would rather not work on. So that's the cool thing about World Ember. Purple Writes Often is here. Hello. Heyo. Welcome to the chat, Purple Writes Often, and I appreciate you stopping by. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. We're just here talking about world building and writing and World Ember, if you're familiar with the site World Anvil. If not, yeah, I'll put it in the chat as well. You are a new viewer here. Yes, I see. And I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. Feel free to tell us about what projects you're working on this month, or if you're celebrating any holidays, feel free to tell us, you know, your plans for that as well. And yes, much love to you. I appreciate you stopping by and chatting. Yeah, that's the site World Anvil if you're not familiar with it. We are just talking about World Ember, which is a month-long, kind of like NaNoWriMo, where you have to try to write a full novel in a month. World Ember is where you have to try to write 10,000 words of world building in the month of December. So World Anvil is an awesome site, and we are just doing articles and trying to get the words together. Right now we have 7,777 words, which is quite cool. But I'm about to skew that number really quick because I'm going to start writing. So yeah. Feel free to let me know what you guys are working on in the chat, or how your holiday's going, if you celebrate, if you had any kind of festivities going on, or just talk about whatever you'd like. There are also wisps to be redeemed, so if you would like to, you know, hijack the stream and make me do something fun, feel free to use those little W points under the chat. They do not cost real money. They are earned when you are chatting and watching the stream. Purple Writes Often says, I am celebrating Christmas. Awesome. Merry Christmas to you. And you can let us know some of your plans. Or not. Doesn't matter. Merry Christmas either way. And I do pray you have a very blessed, fun, and safe holiday. Alright, so I have the map pan up, and I will be behind the curtain doing some writing, because I don't want to show you guys the spoilers. But if you guys want to see me writing, feel free to let me know, and then I will try to start writing something that you can see that is not spoilers. Beto Zito's here! Hi, Merry Christmas! I am very soon going to go somewhere to celebrate Christmas, so I just wanted to drop in. Aw, Merry Christmas to you, and thank you so much for stopping by. I did see that you did share the link to your short story in the Discord. I am going to try to check it out as soon as possible, but it looks very interesting. So thanks so much for sharing that, and I do pray you have a wonderful time where you're going to celebrate Christmas. Have fun and stay safe, and I appreciate you stopping by and dropping into the chat. Much love to you. Purple Writes Often says, can I join World Ember even though it's almost the end of the month? Of course you can, but do know that if you don't make the 10,000 word goal, it's okay. But if you want to start, you can, but please don't stress out about trying to make that goal. If you are not able to make it, it's totally fine, but anybody can start at any time of the year. So here's how World Ember works. If you make a World Anvil account, it's totally free to do. Then you just go to articles, and then you just make yourself a new article. And any article created in this month counts towards World Ember. So once you make your article and you start typing words, then all those words will go to this goal here. And you will see your little meter start to fill up. If you were on World Anvil before now, articles you wrote before World Ember month of December will not count towards your goal. But if you're just new and you're just starting, every single thing you write will count towards World Ember. So you can feel free to start whenever you'd like, but just know that you should not stress out if you are not able to get to that 10K, especially knowing that we have like 6 days left, depending on which time zone you're in. Beto Zito says, thank you. I originally planned the short story to be around 1,000 to 1,200 words. But I think around 759, 10 words is enough for the first chapter. Yes, that sounds pretty substantial. And a lot of times it's not quantity, it's quality. So if you could tell a nice, rounded story that gives us, you know, information and keeps us hooked and engaged in a short word count, that's awesome. May as well join World Anvil soon. Yeah, that would be great. And gotta go wish you all a very happy Christmas, says Beto Zito. Happy Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much, and goodbye. But if you, you know, I will let you know also later on if you stop by again that, like I say all the time, quality is better than quantity. So some people like try to do NaNoWriMo and then they're like, well, I'm done with my novel, but I haven't reached the 50,000. It's like, it's okay. Do not fill up your story with unnecessary filler just so that you can have an inflated word count. If your story is missing something, legitimately missing something, or you could use to add like a scene or something like that, that's totally fine. But if you're literally only adding fluff so that your novel can be thicker, sometimes that will be counterproductive, because it's worse to just, you know, have lots of fluffy words that mean nothing and that makes the reader start zoning out, than to have a shorter but concise story that's very interesting, compelling, engaging, and it gets the job done even if the word count is not too high. So that's always a good thing, to not focus too hard on the word count when you're doing things like that. Purple says, can I do it next month? I think this month might be too hectic and I don't have a real world building project yet. No problem. Yes. So guess what? World Ember itself will end in December. So January may bring a new challenge. World Anvil, if you are not part of the site already, you should join. It's so fun. They have challenges all the time. Like in summer camp, we did summer camp and there was a prompt for every day of summer camp, and then you could write articles in your world and everything like that. And let's see if I can go to the competition homepage. And yes, competitions and challenges. So we're gonna just show you, we're turning this stream into a World Anvil ad today. Like it's not always one. I always accidentally, well, not accidentally, but I always promote World Anvil because I love it, but I accidentally turn my stream into a World Anvil infomercial, but it's totally fine. Great. Yeah, so right now, see, we have this. So World Ember is the thing that's currently going. It will end December 31st, but it depends on what time zone you're in. We've had so many different past events here. There's Mapvember, so in like November, some people are doing NaNoWriMo, but some people are making maps every day of different places in their world. We had Spooktober, which was all about, you know, making spooky stories and spooky locations and spooky characters in your world. We had On the Shoulders of Giants, which was like an ancient civilization challenge where you have to make a civilization that came before the modern time of your world and tell us about it. Then of course summer camp was awesome, and there were so many different prompts. I was a judge of one of the prompts, and there's like different locations, organizations, species, vehicles, all kinds of things that you can do every single day of summer camp. There was a new article for you to write about in your world, and if you wrote all the articles, then you win the little badge. There was Rivers and Waterways challenge, where people made different bodies of water in their worlds. So like I said, if you don't start for World Ember, do not worry. Don't think that World Anvil is going to be boring after World Ember. It is not. They have so many fun challenges here. Dream Cartographer says, hashtag not sponsored. Yes. Yeah, so Adventure April was a nice one too. So people tried to make little different one-shots for like TTRPGs and stuff like that. And those who, you know, got a badge and they got their articles featured, all the different one-shots that they made. There was a shipwright challenge about boats. I entered this one actually, and I made the Penumbra, which is not the ship you would think about when you see these kinds of things. My world is more modern. So mine was a boat that was a yacht that belonged to a billionaire. But as you see, they're even letting you know, you can do stuff like sci-fi. It could be a ship that's not even on the water. It could be an airship. It could be a flying ship. It could be a spaceship. It could be anything. So World Anvil is such an awesome site, such an awesome community, and do know that there will never be a dull moment. If you miss one challenge, don't worry. Another challenge is going to come around the bend sooner than you know. So yes, please do join World Anvil, and you will find it quite delightful, and you do not have to worry about jumping in on the bandwagon late, because you will always have a new challenge that you can participate in. Colonel says, I done a military spaceship for World Ember. Interesting. Yes. Sounds very cool. A military spaceship. Nice. So yeah, if you see World Anvil, you think, it looks like all these things are fantasy people, fantasy worlds, you know. What if I have a sci-fi world? What if I have a real world, Earth world? What if I have historic fiction? What if I have a futuristic world? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what kind of genre you're writing. You can always use World Anvil for something. So that's the awesome thing about the site. This is encouraging for me too, says Dream Cartographer. Aw, that's awesome. So yeah, do know that even when there's challenges like that, don't worry about if you can't do them. It's okay. Don't stress yourself out. Just do what you can when you can. So yeah, thank you so much. And
Victory Associate.
Purple has followed the channel. Thank you so much for following Purple Writes Often. And I hope that that was an encouraging World Anvil prompting for you. And I would love to see you around the World Anvil community sometime. So yeah, if you have any more questions about it, please feel free to let me know. As for now, I will go ahead and start my writing. Una's here. Hello, Una. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Feliz Navidad. We are just showing you the curtain because I'm working on spoilers. But currently, I'm still at my 7777 that I left with yesterday. And hopefully that will be all good after this stream. It will be changed. Alright. I do need to go. I do need to get some writing soon. Yep. Anytime. Anytime you'd like to write. You know, there's lots of cool beans in the World Anvil community too that stream World Anvil. And if you like to hang out in the Discord, there's Discord as well. And even on the main side, just lots of cool people that stream World Anvil, talk about it, and can encourage you as well. So do know that you will have a nice, loving community to help you get started. And if you're confused about anything, then, you know, you can always reach out. If you're not sure what your new project will be about, well, that's okay. You don't have to rush the ideas. Sometimes exploring other worlds can help you get an idea. Or if you're like, what kind of genre do you like? You can think about that. Or then a World Anvil challenge might come up and you think, hey, that's cool. And then it gives you a whole idea for a whole new world. So there's several different things that can happen. But yeah, do you have any current projects that you're working on that may be interesting? to add, because you don't have to necessarily start an all world building project. You can also, you know, just use a project that you already have and just flesh it out a little bit more with your world building. Because believe it or not, all writers world build. It just differs the level of world building. There are some people that are very intense. They make their own languages and all kinds of stuff like that. But then there's some people that are a little bit shallower with the world building, but it's okay. You don't have to be too deep with the world building, but if you want to, you can. You don't have to be too shallow with it. If you want to do more, you can always go deeper. So there's so many things that you can do with your own work, even works that you already have. Don't think you have to start a whole new world to start World Anvil. You can put a world that you've already been working on for a long time into World Anvil. So yep, I have a series I'm writing, but it's really hard to finish. Yeah, that's understandable as well. So if you're getting burnt out on a project and you feel like, I should change gears, yeah, and then you might want to choose a different project. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. And then sometimes you might also be renewed your gusto and the project. So it just depends. But like you said, this month is busy for you. So you can just use this month to chill out. Don't worry about the writing. And then, you know, as you go into next year, you can start thinking of things, but it's not going to be such a, you know, pressing, I need to hurry up and do this like thing. You can just, you know, very nicely and naturally stumble upon an idea. You don't have to treat yourself like it's going to be something very, you know, I guess if you go into it like it's too structured or something like that, then it might discourage you right off the bat. So if you think, if you go into it like it's fun, it's just fun, we're just doing it, then it's great. And that might be more encouraging. You can be very weird and world build a lot, but include almost none of it in the story. That's what I do, says Una. Well, yeah, sometimes that happens, but that's good because, you know, a lot of writers do have way more lore than they show in the book. And sometimes it's okay that it doesn't show up in the book. Because sometimes, you know, you're reading a book and then suddenly there's a weird info dump and you're just like, what? Is this even relevant? Like, sometimes that's not necessary. But knowing that as the author can be extremely helpful, and it might come up, it might not, but guess what? You have it and it's there, and it also makes your world feel like a real thing. And if you share your World Anvil page with your supporters, followers, and readers, then they will be able to like see new little things in the world and say, oh, that's why this, and then they'll feel like this is a real place, it's an official thing. And like, not every little thing has to necessarily come up in the book, but it being there just makes it like, even when you're writing, you will realize that you are relying on that information, even though you might not put it in the book straight as it is still influencing the writing, and it's there like a structure, so you know this is solidified. And the good thing is you can change it if you want, but if you want to like have an official thing, you're like, oh, okay, this is something I know. So it's always nice, and it can also help you to get immersed in your own world and feel like this is a real thing and want to keep going. Which is cool. I just noticed I'm now at 199 followers, thanks to Purple Writes Often. So just one more follower and I will have 200 followers. So thank you guys so much, all the followers and all the chatters and all the watchers. I appreciate you guys. Purple says, I'm aching to write something shorter like a picture book or a chapter book, or maybe a different fantasy story from the one I'm working on. Yes, that's another thing that I talk about a lot. When I have like so many ideas for like long novels in my head, I cannot do them all. So what I do is just short stories. I do short stories, but I know there's more because it's a whole novel idea. I have the whole thing. I just didn't sit down and write it, you know? So if you have the novel in your head, even the story that you're getting tired of and you want to move on, if you think about it and say, let me just, instead of being burnt out on this one like novel and being stuck, just take a section of the novel, take an exciting scene, take your most favorite characters, and just write a short story about that. Make it have a beginning, middle, and end. And then just don't care about the whole novel. Just take that one piece and just put it out there and see what happens. That might renew your own gusto for the book, and it might also show you that, like, sometimes when I'm staring at a big novel, it feels daunting. When I'm trying to edit, it's like, what's happening? So sometimes I just publish like short stories because they're easier, they're shorter, and it's easier to just edit them, and then people can see it like a little sampler and say, I like this. Is there more? And then I might be encouraged to write more. So do try that. A shorter story like a picture book or a chapter book, or even just a short story. That doesn't have to be a chapter book. It can just be a short story on its own, like 5,000 words or less, and just see what happens. It would, at the very worst, just be a good writing exercise for yourself. So I would just encourage you to try that, just in case you're getting burnt out for a large, daunting task. But I do see Una has redeemed a prayer request for a good Christmas. Okay, that's a lovely prayer request. So I will pray really quickly. Thank you, God, for being good all of the time. Thank you, God, for this beautiful day, for this Christmas day. I do pray that you bless everyone on the stream, in the chat, who's watching in the past, present, and future, that they have a blessed, wonderful, safe, and Merry Christmas today, and whatever day they're watching, even if Christmas is over. Just bless them and help them to have a smile in their heart and feel your love. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank you so much to Una for redeeming that prayer request. And I do pray everybody has an awesome Christmas. But yeah, just short stories. That's my little piece of advice. And if it doesn't work, not everybody wants to do the short stories. They're like, I tried it, didn't work. Yeah, I can't do that. Then that's okay. Just, you'll figure out that that's not how you roll. But if you do it and you're like, hey, this was actually less of a burden. It didn't feel so, challenging and daunting to edit a big, long novel, then it might be a little bit empowering. I feel like I have no ideas for a picture book or anything smaller than a novel. Yeah, so I will show you something then. Here's the thing. Let me go to my own world and World Anvil and see what happens. So this is my current project. My current project is Secret Agent Someone. And it's supposed to be novels. It's supposed to be, all kinds of things. But the problem is I didn't do it all at once. So the first chapter is out, which I've been told not to call it a chapter because it's way longer than a chapter. But the first novella section is out. I'm doing it one at a time. I got it voiced audio book. But then also, this is starting in his childhood. So people are never going to see him grow up if I am stuck here and I do not go past here. So what I do is, in addition to this, I publish short stories about him. I publish audio dramas. And I even did a little picture book like you talked about, which is funny. This is called The Little Baby Duck. And guess what? Spoilers. This was a book from his childhood. And I decided to make it into a book. And I thought, let's just do this. So it looks like just like a classic children's book, picture book. And there's even an audio that you can hear about him reading the book. And then there's the book. There's, the little words in the book. There's pictures of each page that I wrote. And this is just, it really has nothing to do with him, but I, as the author, know that this is a book that he read in his childhood. So ideas can come from anywhere. And if you have something like that in your world, you said you're working on like a fantasy project. What are some fairy tales that your fantasy characters tell each other? Are there any legends? Are there any secrets? Are there any myths? You can make a short story about that. You can make, yes, there's a slice of life too, says Una. Yes. So there's so much that you can do. You might think that you don't have any ideas that are smaller than a novel, but the truth is, within the novel are several small ideas. But you just have to, not miss the forest for the trees, but also not miss the trees for the forest. Because the forest is made up of several different little trees. But you just see the big picture of all the trees together being a forest. But once you focus your eyes and say, hey, that's one tree. Let's see about this. So say you have a whole D&D party that is questing out to kill a dragon or something. Just stop for a moment and say, hey, let's focus on one of these characters. Did they grow up? Where did they grow up? We can write about their hometown. We can write about one day when he went to the store and he saw somebody trying to steal and he said, hey, stop stealing. Like, it can be anything. It doesn't have to stay on that storyline that you're on. You can just zoom in and say, let's, like Una said, find a slice of life. Just write about a day in the life of the person woke up, ate breakfast, went outside, went to sleep. Just try it out. Colonel says if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there, does it make a sound? Is the dragon in a dungeon? Okay. So for the first question, I believe that if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there, it will make a sound. But, different people have different opinions for that. And of course, that was a funny reference to common question. But if you guys want to share your opinion on that, feel free to put it in the chat. Is the dragon in a dungeon? Yeah, so if the party is questing out to find the dragon in a dungeon, guess what? Hey, plot twist, make a story about the dragon before the party comes to kill the dragon. What is this dragon? Is he evil? Is he good? Does he just want treasure? Is he mad because somebody's infiltrating his house? Like, what happened? Is he a person who got cursed into a beast? I don't know. We can just zoom in and just chop up the big story and zoom into a little piece. Shouldn't the dragon be in a dragon lair? Probably. So yeah, that's another thing. We can just figure out, where is the dragon? What is the history of this place? You can even tell about somebody who came before the epic party that tried to do it before they tried, or something like that. So there's so many different things you can do. And like I said, this story, I can even, excuse me, let you guys hear some of it if you like, or I'll just share it. I'll share it here in the chat. Anyways, no, I know. Handsome co-host has something to say. There we go. If you would like to learn more about Secret Agent Someone, please feel free to click that link that Handsome co-host just dropped in the chat, and you can listen to the audio dramas that are acted out by myself and John McNally, who voices someone, and several other voice actors that are accredited on the site, so you can go there and find them. Yeah, so there's just all kinds of different things in the world. So that's what world building is. Even if it doesn't seem like everybody's world building, everybody is. You can just choose to zoom into that, or choose to just zoom out and look at the big picture. Let's see what it says. What if the dragon got evicted from its lair for not paying property tax? Very interesting premise. We should make a D&D campaign like that. Something about the dragon got evicted. That is very interesting. That is intriguing. I would probably read something about that or play a D&D game like that. So, yeah. There's all kinds of angles you can take. But whatever you decide to do, God bless and much success with your project, Purple. I do know that some people just can't focus on a short story. They want to write the whole novel. And I know if that's your goal and you really want to do it, I do pray that you are able to do it successfully. But do know that please take care of yourself. And if you feel like you are, you know, pushing yourself too hard and you are just getting burnt out, I advise you to stop doing that, because then you'll just totally not want anything to do with the project at all. Sometimes you have to take a break from it, maybe read something else, write something else, and then come back to it, because it might be a great project. You just might be burnt out. So it's good to, you know, calm, get a fresh set of eyes on it, and then do something to renew your love for the project. But yeah, it sounds like it's an interesting idea, and I do think that it would be great if you did keep working on it if you desire to. If you want to scrap it and do something else, I would encourage you for whatever your plans are. Much success. Una says, isn't the new place a dragon lair now that the dragon lives there? Yeah, so he got evicted from the dragon's lair, but wherever he moves will become a dragon lair because he's a dragon, and wherever he lives will be his lair. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, so that's something. Hopefully you got something encouraging out of that. But yeah, if you need any other help, please don't hesitate to let me know. Purple says, I'm gonna see where this goes. I have an alien comic that takes place in Earth, and maybe they have a chapter book series on their planet. Nice! Awesome. Okay, that would be awesome. Yeah. Like an in-world comic. In a comic. In a world, in a comic, then there's a novel series that the comic characters read. Yes, that is nice. I like that kind of thing, like that, where it's like you're watching a show where somebody's watching a show of a person watching a show. Like, that stuff is cool to me. I do see that Dream Cartographer has hijacked the stream and said story time. So thank you for that. I guess since we were talking about my story, I stopped the music for a moment, and probably we can read that duck story that we just had. Oh, chapter 1 of Soul Devs. Oh, great. All right, so where is it? Is it available to be read? Please let me know, and please drop it in the chat. Oh, DM me. Great. I will keep an eye out for it. Yes, so if you do redeem a story, if you don't have a specific thing that you want me to read, then yeah, I will just read something random. But I do see that you did tell me you want me to read Soul Devs. I think that when you redeem a story, I believe you're supposed to be able to write in there. Maybe not. Okay, I didn't have it where you could write in there. That's why I thought it was just random. But can I DM you my story? Sure, yes you can. Purple writes often. Feel free to either whisper it in Twitch, or if you'd like to join the Discord server, you can click that link. Also, you will see my I don't know if I have my Discord tag anywhere for you to be able to just message me directly if you'd rather not join my server. But yes, I have all kinds of contacts information. Let me put my site, social media. Okay, so if you would like to follow me, that's where you can follow me, all the places. I have links to everywhere I am. So wherever you are, feel free to follow me. I'm going to my Discord now to see if Dream Cartographer has DM'd me the story. Yes, I see it. All right, thank you. Okay. Chapter 1. Great. I'm going to just turn this into a PDF really quickly. Hopefully this works. All right, let's see if this works. Check my whisper, says Purple. Yes, I will. As soon as I can. Where did it go? There it is. Is this it? Yes. Okay, there we are. Yes. I turned it into a PDF. Alrighty. Here we go, everybody. And this is chapter 1 of Soul Divs by Dream Cartographer. I don't have a glitchy heartbeat, I told myself. Everything is fine. That's right. Nothing was wrong with me. I was a normal person with a normal life. When Kindred woke up from his artificial dream, I'd act like everything was fine. Because it was fine. There was no way my soul would do that to me. Not now. Not again. I stared down the corridor, at the last door on the right. Kindred would be busy mentoring Sharp in the dream right now. Sharp wanted to make counselor when he grew up, and didn't want Kindred moving to Earth with me to get in the way of his progress. If I entered the dream too, I wouldn't hear anything. I just hoped they weren't wrapping up already. I took off my backpack and dropped it by the mini bookshelf full of books on human history. As I walked down the corridor, the heartbeat thumped on my eardrums. It went bashirk, bashirk, bashirk. I reached Kindred's room and knocked on the peeling white door. Kindred? No answer. Hey, so I was playing with this lighter I found in the street, and I just burned my homework. I waited for him to bust down the door and race for the fire extinguisher in the kitchen, but there was silence. I don't smell anything, a girl's voice said. I screamed and slammed my back into the door. The girl jerked back and held her hands up in front of her. Ah, I'm so sorry. I stared at her. She looked about 12, like me. Her skin was even darker than mine, and stood out against the huge cloud of tiny lilac curls that made up her afro. A flower crown of mint blue roses, dandelions, and daisies framed her bangs like a halo. Who are you? I said. What do you want? She lowered her hands. I didn't mean to scare you. I just heard you from the living room and thought I'd say hi. I straightened up. Say hi? You snuck into our flat. Why would you just... I stopped. Then I peered closer. Purple hair, purple eyes, and then it clicked. Wait a minute. She's a variant. All right, I see that Purple writes often. Says they will send 2 things. Great. Gotta leave the stream for a bit to send you the link. All right, no worries. Let me know when you're back. I kept quiet. I couldn't let her find out I knew variants existed, or that I was being raised by one. Back on Aurora, the variants in Azure Town had kept me a secret since the day I was born. Blowing my cover would ruin everything. I didn't sneak in. I came in here through the portal in Kindred's study. The girl beamed at me. It's nice to meet you. I'm Evie. You're Joy, right? The human girl. I froze. My mouth tried to form words, but nothing came out. Finally, I managed... Wait, how do you know who I am? Sharp told me, Evie said. I asked if I could come here, and he wanted to make sure I knew about you first. Oh. I wondered why Sharp didn't tell me about this. Maybe he'd forgotten in between doing counselor stuff and trying on new suits. Still, I was curious about what she'd want to travel to another world for. So, why did you come here? I asked. Oh. Evie clasped her hands behind her back, eyes wandering. Well, I'm here to see Kindred, she replied. It took a couple of seconds to realize that was all she had to say. I figured I should do something before the awkward silence set in. I opened my mouth to ask her to keep going. But then, right behind me, Bashirk, bashirk, bashirk. I covered my ears and squeezed my eyes shut. It throbbed right through me now, each glitch sending a rush of electricity through my skin. The beats pounded into my skull. Evie placed a hand on my shoulder. Droy, are you okay? I gritted my teeth. It wasn't the same heartbeat. It had to be something else. Anything else. I couldn't do this again. Excuse me a minute, I said as I turned around. Huh? What is it? I didn't answer. Instead, I opened the door and stepped inside. Kindred lay on the bed in silence. He still had his glasses on, even though his eyes were shut. The only movement from him was the rise and fall of his chest. I didn't pay attention to him. I kept walking around and looking everywhere I could, about ready to turn the place upside down. Droy, I heard Evie say, what's wrong? I stopped and turned back to her. She'd followed me into the room and now studied me with a nervous frown. I knew what this was. There was no avoiding it now, but I didn't want it to be true. I put on a fake smile. It's okay, Evie. I'm fine, really. Words formed within the heartbeat. They echoed in my mind. Alive, dead, fixed, broken, here, gone, 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 gone. Evie reached out to touch my arm. I could feel her hand on my bare skin, even though I had my school blazer and long-sleeved shirt on. Droy, what's wrong? Evie asked again. Should I wake Kendrick? No! I can't let him find out. I can't. Evie stepped back. She pulled her trembling hand to her chest and held it close. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I said in a shaky voice. Please, don't be scared. I'm fine. I would have laughed at myself any other day, but right now, I whispered, just please don't tell him. Evie looked at Kindred, then back at me. I'm going to be fine, all right? My words reached my ears half a second after I spoke. I gulped and took a deep breath. This happened before. Really? Yes. I hated myself for admitting it, but I couldn't scare Evie anymore. Besides, I needed to get out of here before Kindred woke up. I just need to go back to my room, I said. Can you wait for me? Evie looked like I'd asked her to watch me jump into a pool of sharks, but she nodded. I wondered if she was too afraid to speak. I smiled at her. Thank you. I held myself tight and walked past her, out of the open door. As I turned the corner, a soft wind whistled in my ears. Here, gone, here, gone, here, gone, 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 gone. I reached my bedroom door and opened it. My bedroom was gone. Wow. That was very intriguing. Thank you so much to Dream Cartographer for sharing that very interesting story. Like I said, I need a clapping emoji. I need a clapping sound effect or something that I can play. But thank you, Dream Cartographer, for sharing that. Yes, I am familiar with Droy and the Soul Devs and Evie and Sharp and Kindred, but that was very intriguing to read. And I wonder what was going on there. But Droy, it was I loved the way you worded the things and how, like, the flow of it was very enthralling, I guess. It very, like, capturing. It held my attention, and thank you. That was very nice. Now Purple writes, often says I sent my links. Now, thank you. Would you like me to read them live, or would you just like me to read over them after I get off the stream? Because I don't want to do anything without permission. Dream Cartographer says, I entered this opening into a big writing competition. Oh, congrats! Yeah, much success to that entry as well. But no matter what, the turnout, you know, congrats for just entering it in the first place. And I am so happy with how awesome that was, and I was able to read it nicely. That was cool. I hope that I was able to read it and didn't do too bad of a job. Well, it's a bit triggering, but if you don't mind, it's kind of dark. Okay, so it's a little dark, and you want me to read it? I don't know. How long is it? Let me check the whisper. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Interesting. 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 So I might not be able to read the whole thing. Let's see. For context, my fictional species are called discs, and they are basically phantom animals with wings. Okay. Great. Okay. Hmm. Yes, I do see. Okay. All right. It's quite short. So yeah, I read it a little bit. It is it needs a pre-read to be approved for all audiences, says Una. Yes, okay. Yeah, I was just reading through it really quickly. Hello. The I'm not sure of how to pronounce that username, but welcome and Merry Christmas to you as well. I appreciate you stopping by. It's the first chat. Thank you. You're in a Christian Twitch stream. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I can still read a bit of it. So, the context is the fact that this is animal abuse. So, please do be warned if you would rather not. It's not too like descriptive, you know, of too much gore or anything. But if that is a triggering subject, then please do be warned, because Purple Rights often has shared this story about fictional animal species that is being mistreated in a lab, I believe. So, yeah, we can read a bit of it. It's not too long. Today is the day Christ was born. Oh, yes, awesome. Much love. I got an ad. Please wait for me. Okay. All right, so it looks like either Dream Cartographer has redeemed the wait, there's an ad for purple, or either both of them are now in an ad. If so, then let me know when you guys are back. I have put that in the chat. As for now, we are just going to oh yes, for those of you who've just stopped by, if you're not in an ad, thank you so much for joining, and I do appreciate you. Yes, Merry Christmas. Today is the day that Christ was born, as we observe. Yes. Dream Cartographer says, don't have an ad, just redeemed it for Purple. Yes, all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Purple said, they're back. Let's go. So, this is called The Trials of a Purple Blooded Disc. Hopefully I'm pronouncing things right. If not, it's okay. So, dust painted the ground with lightish brown, and the discs were meant to follow. The air reeked of acidic urine and a copperish scent as the discs came into the black building with black eyes and scratches from the days when they are thrashed around ineffectively a metal box with a machine that helped them breathe whatever was in the air during that day. It was extremely difficult to hold these animals in a world where someone could take advantage of their supernatural strength and, even worse, assault them out of anger. So they held their wings tightly as their legs dragged across the ground outside. The only way to fly away was gone. And they screeched and attempted to bite the humans who so desperately wanted their power for themselves. I cannot escape the ads, says Purple Ride is often. Oh no, are you back in an ad? That shouldn't be happening. Alright, so, yeah, so there's another ad. Let's catch up on the chat while we were waiting. Just want to say God loves you all. It doesn't matter what race you are. God doesn't discriminate and he loves you all. That's true. Amen. Thank you. I love you as well. God loves you and I do too. The ads wanted to join in on story time. Okay. I need to go to sleep though. Might not stay here too long. It's okay. Your story's quite short, so when you're back from ads. Alright, great. That's what I was saying. Good job. I know you're back now. Great. So your story's quite short, so I understand if you need to leave, it's fine. I'll just read this one story, and once we're done with that, then that will be that. But yeah, the ads wanted to join in on story time, says Dream Cartographer. Alrighty. Finally back. Okay, so where were we? The humans basically want these disc animals power for themselves. Una says, we will miss you, but the ads will miss you even more. Well, that's probably true for Purple. I guess the ads love Purple. All right. One young disc was struggling to fly out in the sky, when a muscled man grabbed their wings suddenly and being unable to scream like the adults, flailed in pain as they tried to move away. Then the strength came to them, and they let out a loud and sad mating call. Should we put them in the room with the older ones? Or should we put them with the newborns? The muscled man said. You know the newborns. Phew. They're hungry, and like anything, they can get their stupid little teeth in, someone said back. We will see when we do the slit test where they belong in. Here's the shackles and the blade, sir. With a blink of an eye, they put the metal shackles on and sharpened the blade as the disc was injected with something unusually pink. Then a newly sharpened blade slit their skin, and the disc screeched again. The slit in question oozed of purple blood, and the men who did the work realized something wasn't right. Why is their blood purple? Yeah, it's supposed to be yellow, the other man said. I realized. They are possibly diseased. There's no use in giving them out to the public, the muscled man spoke softly. Listen, if you want to keep your job or die, you need to deal with stupid, diseased, incompetent animals. This is what you wanted, a more paying job, right? Are you worried about the health of Amforta? I don't know if I pronounced that right. Do you want millions and billions of people to die? The other man stared at him sternly, while others watched. You'd better be glad you still have a frickin' job. Okay. Well, that was a very interesting piece of the story. Thank you so much to Purple for sharing that little bit of the story. But yes, as you were saying, I don't know, is this the project that you were currently working on that you said something about, you know, you might want to take a break from, or is this a new thing? Not sure. Feel free to let me know which one that is. Oh, let me get the music back going. Let me know if the music is too loud or too low. I have more, but I be here all day then. No, it's okay. You don't have to share more for me to read on stream. I was just wondering, is this the project that you were saying that you were working on that you feel like you're burnt out with and you want to stop for a second? Or is this a totally new idea? Because it sounds very interesting, and this could be a sci-fi or it could be a fantasy, because I do see there are different species characters, but I'm just not sure what kind of genre this is. This is the same project I am working on. Yes, okay, great. So yes, kind of like how that was very short and it kind of told a little, I guess, backstory of how these creatures are being treated. You could do something like that, but maybe explore why. Why do the humans want these creatures? You know, what are they? And where have they come from? You know? And just think about, you know, if they're sentient creatures, do they have names, relationships? Do they, like, you could even write from their perspective, as one of the discs, or like, I looked around and a human grabbed me and I tried to get away. Like, you could do that as well. So if you ever feel stuck in a certain angle, you can always change perspective or jump over here, jump over there, to help you see all the angles of your story, for one, and also to renew your energy for the story in different ways. Because sometimes when you're just doing it in a certain set way, you might start getting, you know, yeah. For context, discs are treated terribly, especially the females. Oh wow, that's sad. But yeah, I would love to learn more about these disc animals. So that's why something like World Anvil would be helpful for you. There is a template for an article species, an article template for species. So you could actually put the name of the species there. You can put like their attributes. You can put pictures of them. You can put, you know, different traits they have. We would love to see more of how they look. Like, because I do hear that they have wings. It said they had wings, but I still don't know how they look exactly. How big are they? Do they, like, are they small, big? Are they like humans with wings? Or are they like birds with wings? Or are they like bugs with wings? So there's all kinds of things you can do in World Anvil. And I'll just show you the article template really quickly, so that you can, you know, be able to see some of the stuff that you can do in World Anvil. So when you go to species here, where's species? I think it's a fish. Yes, there we go. So for species, you can do animals, of course. You can also do plants. You can do anything that has a species. So basically you would put like discs right here, and then it will, you know, have that there. And then when you go down, they will have so many different prompts that you can enter. Oh wow, they are used to herd people, and when they don't, they are put into farms to raise them until they can hurt others for the human gain. Oh, so wow, so they're kind of like, I guess how some people treat like you know, pit bulls and stuff like that. Sometimes they raise them to be aggressive towards humans, like kind of like that, but probably worse, like where they're actually sending them out to attack humans directly instead of just being like a guard dog or something like that. But either way, it sounds very interesting. And on World Anvil, you would go in here, and then you could put their scientific classification if they have one. If you don't have it, don't worry, because on World Anvil, You do not have to fill out any field that you don't know. You can just skip it. It won't appear. You can put all kinds of geographic distribution. So if they're like, these are only found in this region, you can put that region there, and then you can, tell who discovered the species. You can tell conservation status, if they are like protected or endangered species. If they're extinct, you can check this little box. You can put anatomy and morphology. Like it said, do we put them with the infants or do we put them with the adults? Well, we can tell how do they grow, when they are young, and then what is the difference between an infant and an adult? How big is it? What are the different features that it develops? Perception and sensory, you can tell about, like, do they have a good sense of smell, a good sense of sight, a good sense of hearing, a good sense of taste. Reproduction and genetics, you can tell about, how many babies they have at a time. Do these lay eggs because they have wings? I don't know. Or do they have live birth? You can let us know that there. Growth rate and stages, like I said, from infant to adult, we can see how each stage of life is for these animals. Once they get old, they're left to die. They also have Adam's apple in a way. Oh wow, so like they have like a thing right here. So yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. So yeah, if you go on World Anvil and just look through all these kinds of things, ecology and habitat, you can tell us how are they raised in the wild, so we can see these people are mistreating them, putting them in these, what do they really need? Do they live in the grass? Do they live in the mountains? Do they live, where do they live? So that's ecology and habitat. What do they eat? Biological cycle, like we were talking about, dietary needs and habits. What do they eat? I know they're probably mistreated in captivity, but you can also talk about the good food that they eat when they're in the wild. Instead of being forced to eat things or harm humans like these people are trying to get them to do. Behavior and psychology. You can even discuss how they are in the wild when they're free and not harmed. And then you can discuss their behavior when they are in captivity and harmed. Like you said, they were trying to bite the humans because they're trying to defend themselves. They were scared. They were trying to cry out. They were trying to fly away. So this is behavior and psychology with the species in captivity and out of captivity. You can easily just, fill out some of these prompts and they will help you to develop this species as a solidified thing in your world. Yeah. So Amphorta must be... Oh no, your stream paused. Yeah, so Amphorta must be the world that they are in. But yeah, that's how it will work. You will go on World Anvil, you will make a new world, and you will, make it named Amphorta. And then within that world, you will have so many regions, so many species, so many characters, so many everything. And yeah, so that's a great way to start with World Anvil. It's still paused, but it might come back on. But yes, that's that. So thank you so much, you guys, for that story time that you guys hijacked. Oh, great. So yes, all I was saying was, yes, if Amphorta is the name of the world, then what you would do on World Anvil is just go and create a new world, and then you can put species there, you can put characters there, you can put everything there. You can put geographic locations within that world, and then you would just name it Amphorta, and then do remember, you can always rename your world. So even if the Amphorta is not the set in stone name for it, and I'm assuming it is because it's your project you've been working on for a long time, but if for whatever reason you decide you want to change it, you can always change the name of the world. You can change the name of the species. If you don't want them to be called discs anymore, you can change that. You can change everything because this is your own world. World Anvil's yours. You can do whatever you want, add stuff, take stuff away. If you say, you know what, I don't want them to have wings anymore, you can just change it. But it's there for you to have, a stable thing so that you can know it. is there, and that's what's true for yours. Right, so it says, guess I should go and get some sleep. See you later. See you later. Have a blessed night, and happy holidays to you. And much success with your projects. And if you do start a world anvil and you need help, feel free to reach out and let me know. It was great to meet you, says Dream Cartographer. Yes, it was. Yeah, so thank you again for that storytime stream. That hijacking of the storytime. So now, what shall we do? I should probably get off of the stream soon because I realize that I have quite a busy day. So yeah, we didn't really do too much in the World Anvil area. But, I mean, well, we did a lot in the World Anvil area. We didn't do too much in the World Ember area. I don't know if I even... Did I end up writing anything? I think that my goal might still be at 7777, but if it is, it's okay, because guess what? Yep, it's still at 7777. But that's fine, because guess what? That was great, and that was a wonderful stream. Nice Christmas stream. We read some stories, and you know, we chilled out. We talked about our awesome Christmas, and we prayed, and we had fun, and we chatted and stuff, and it turned into a World Anvil ad, which is always cool. But yes, I will have to go, you guys. But thank you guys so much, everybody, for joining and chatting today on this Christmas day. For me, at least, it is. And I do pray you have a wonderfully blessed, safe, and awesome holiday if you celebrate. And just a blessed and beautiful day, no matter what day it is when you're watching this. And yeah, we're going to see if we can... it's still just Game of Tomes. You know, Game of Tomes has their writing lobby, so that you can just write in there, and there's just like a little fireplace ambiance for you to just sprint, break, sprint, break, sprint, break. So if you want to stay for that and get some free wisps and then just jet out, you can do that. Because when you follow me with the raid, you get more wisps to redeem, so you can hijack the stream again, like story time, like what's done today, or other stuff. There's so many cool things that you can do. And yeah, there should be some more stuff more related to New Year's tomorrow. And we can talk about Christmas and stuff like that as well. And hopefully tomorrow, I'm not going to promise, but hopefully tomorrow we will be able to air the Intern for Christmas full episode movie thing. It's going to be like a movie. It's like an audio drama movie. Hopefully it will be done. If not, we'll do something. We'll do something fun, okay? So thanks. I think that today was fun. It was pretty nice. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, chatting. Merry Christmas to everyone. Everybody's saying in the chat. We appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. I am so thankful for each and every one of you for stopping by, chatting, following, subscribing, and just watching. Just thank you so much. You bring a smile to my face every time. So yeah, we're going to raid over there, and I do pray you guys have an awesomely wonderful day. And yeah, hopefully we will get some more World Ember in tomorrow, and hopefully we will have something fun to watch on stream. Maybe get some popcorn or something like that. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. And then there will be some more Wisp things to redeem for the New Year's week. We can hardly believe it's almost 2023, which is going to sound crazy to say, but in about a week it's going to be a new year. So yeah, we will have New Year stuff. There'll still be Christmas stuff around. This is not going anywhere, but we will also have new Year's stuff to add to the chat, new Year's decorations we can put up, and new Year's stuff to redeem, you know. So Merry Christmas to everybody. God bless, much success with all your projects, and we are going to go ahead and raid Game of Tomes. Stick around if you'd like some free wisps. Have a blessed one, everybody. Much love. Merry Christmas. Ho ho ho. Yeah. Bye bye.